So the carnivore diet is something that's become a lot more mainstream and accepted and discussed through online influencers and Instagram and so on in the last few years. I've tried it myself, had some great results with it for about 3 or 4 months. So how far back does your journey with the carnivore diet go?
Well, I actually started it probably about 24 years ago. I wasn't, specifically doing a carnivore diet, but I was in college, university in Seattle, University of Washington, and I had a professor of cancer biology that just made it very clear to us that plants make these defense chemicals naturally to defend themselves and stop animals and insects from eating them, and that a lot of them could actually potentially cause cancer, at least in animal studies in the lab. And so he was quite vocal about that. It sort of got a line that I've used since then, came from him, which was he told us that he didn't eat salads, he didn't eat vegetables, and he wouldn't let his kids eat vegetables because, in his words, plants are trying to kill you. And so, why are you trying to eat these things? They're trying to be poisonous, so you don't eat them. And so that was quite a shock to me and everybody else in that class. I can't speak for anybody else in the class, but I, for one, went directly to the grocery store and just started looking for anything that didn't have plants in it. And so the only thing that I could find was whole meat and eggs. And so I just started eating meat and eggs. My whole plan was just not to eat any plants whatsoever. And I felt amazing. I felt absolutely incredible. And so my athletic performance improved, my physical health improved. I mean, it's not like I had any health issues in the first place. I came from a very clean, omnivorous diet. We cooked all the time, all the meals in my household growing up. My mother would cook. And as an adult out of the house, I would cook all of my meals as well. It's very, very rare that I would buy a meal or even bread. I mean, I just didn't even use those sorts of things. I typically use whole ingredients and would make my own food. So I was already eating presumably healthy diet, very meat based, but I would eat fruits and vegetables because you're supposed to eat fruits and
Yeah.
vegetables. Just getting rid of those actually made a huge impact in my health. I didn't really realize how big of an impact until I stopped using it or stopped eating that way. I was actually living in England at the time, and I just sort of started making excuses. Some of the chicken would have crumbs on it, would be crumbed, and I said, "Wow, maybe it's not that big of a deal."